Alrighty, good morning, folks. We're back. Another Saturday live. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Let's pull around here. Might look ghostly, but at least I don't look ghastly. There we go. Alright. Good morning, everybody. Let's see. We have this morning in attendance. We have Night Owl, James, Randolph, Ronald, Pocket Women. Good morning, or good early morning for you. Let's see. Don's good morning, or again good early morning. Who else do we have? Miko Wolf, good morning. Jason, good morning. Bears back, good morning. Glad you're here. Miko Wolf's sister, good morning. Alrighty, good to see everybody here. So, yeah, it's been kind of a week, hadn't it? Yeah, I'm not really. I'm my get up and go got up and went this morning. There is like there are very few ways to put snooze on a hungry kitty. And when you have two hungry kitties and one of them has homicidal tendencies, it's difficult to go back to sleep, especially when they are used to getting fed at 4:45 in the morning. They don't understand the concept of weekends, except on Sundays. They will sleep in on Sundays. But good morning, everybody. Yes, Ronald, it's not green eggs. It is pesto fried eggs. Ronald texted me a little while ago, asked me what was for breakfast. I made pesto fried eggs, which is basically where you take your frying pan and heat pesto, like store-bought pesto, in it, which if you're not familiar with pesto, it is basically just an emulsification of olive oil, basil, a little bit of garlic, some Parmesan cheese, and pine nuts. It's really good. It's normally used with pasta, but I use it to cook chicken. And I just found a little thing about frying eggs in it, and oh my god, it is wonderful. That is so good. So no ham this morning, just eggs and toast. Good morning, Anthony. Fred Flintstoner, good morning. Yeah, Don's, I've started putting dry food back out. They haven't had dry food since Bernoulli had his issue a couple months ago. Or actually, I guess it was just like a month ago. But I've started putting out special dry food, and what I'll do is I'll put out like just a little bit in the mornings before I leave for work, and then in the evenings right before I go to bed I'll put a little bit more in there, and that seemed to calm them down, but they must have been peckish last night, because there wasn't anything there, and they were ready to eat this morning, all four of them. How can I not have ham? Honestly, I didn't want to go through the trouble this morning. It was all I could do to not just make a peanut butter sandwich for breakfast. That's, like I said, my get up and go got up and went this morning. God, I don't know what it is. Dark Arts, good morning, sir. Or evening, midnight-ish. So yeah, everybody, this has been a really, really cool week. I mentioned last Saturday, I believe I mentioned it. Pretty sure I did. Last Saturday, I mentioned that I had we had finally gotten word about the budget increase update, everything that we were waiting on, and it was a no-go. So that put me into gear as far as finding a job as a locksmith. Because you guys know I've been wanting to do that full-time for a long time now. And, I was going to stick with doing what I was doing if we had gotten the raise, because I would have been stupid to not stay for that raise. But since we're not getting it, then what I'm going to do, obviously, go to work as a locksmith full-time, and I'll stay part-time, reserve, working police. And so anyway, Friday of last week, I don't know if I mentioned it last Saturday, but Friday of last week, I sent out emails to a bunch of locksmiths in the area. I'd go on and I would Google and see who was closed, who wasn't. And I sent out, I think, a total of about 7 or 8 emails, just cold emails to people. And also I posted on Reddit, in the locksmithing Reddit, just kind of asking how locksmiths normally react to that, how they respond to that, if anybody else has had any luck. Let's see. Just looking at the chat. Yes. In case y'all didn't know, I wanted to be a locksmith when I grew up. Or a lock pimp, yeah. I could do that. Dark arts. Paul Cohen, good morning. So anyway, I sent the emails out, and I didn't know what I was expecting. That's why I posted over on Reddit. And man, I had a bunch of people reply to me on Reddit just like that. And, they were really supportive, actually, kind of unlike Reddit. But they popped up and they said, hey, where are you located? And, I told them, and they said, well, I'll send send your information, send out that, you're looking, to a couple people. I've got, basically what happened was, over the course of the past 5 days, I have had 3 telephone interviews from 3 different locksmiths. The first one actually was from a very long established shop that's down in Charlotte. They are Charlotte's, maybe not their biggest as far as personnel, but they are the most established. They've been around the longest, for one thing. They do everything. They are a full service shop. Doors, closers, hardware, locks, everything. Automotive, commercial, residential, you name it, they do it. And they offer some good benefits. But the actual pay was right at what I'm making now, which isn't much. And the drive there and back would be, in the mornings it would be right at an hour. In the evenings it would probably be closer to an hour and a half to come back. Now they do have built-in overtime to their schedules, because you have to work 5 hours every other Saturday. which I'm okay with working Saturdays. Um, I'm okay with working off hours, and but it's just the commute and the cost of commuting that was really kind of getting me. Um, let's see. Let's look. Da, 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 da. Hey, Butcher's Block. Um, anyway, so I talked to them and I said, okay. I said, I've got a few weeks. Let's talk again. Just kind of before then, and see where I'm at. Then I got a call from another guy. He's local. He works in the town that's just literally 5 minutes that way. And he has just started his own shop. Like he's been running his own shop for about 3 years. He doesn't actually have a brick and mortar storefront. He's just mobile only. But he did just get another van, and setting it up, wants to get somebody. Unfortunately, the rate that he could pay was a lot lower than what I'm making now, and it wouldn't even be 40 hours a week yet. So that, depending on what happens, that may be an option in the future to do some part-time work for him. But as far as right now, it wouldn't bring home the bacon for sure. And then I got a call from a guy that's about 25 minutes that way, and his shop is kind of unique. It is he runs a commercial door shop. He started out doing commercial doors, so storefront doors, hospital doors, automatic sliding doors are like his specialty. Installing, maintenance, servicing, repair, replacement, all that. He does all of that, and he was telling me that I guess it was about 13, 14 years ago he decided to become a locksmith to be able to service and rekey locks and stuff. And right now, I mean, he's the owner of the business, but right now he is the only licensed locksmith in the shop. Everybody else that he has working for him, does doors. And it sounds really, really good. The money was right. He did say there was going to be a lot of overtime. He started talking about 10, 12, 14, 16-hour days sometimes, which I get that happens. But I imagine having two locksmiths to be able to split stuff up, once he's comfortable sending me out on my own, being able to split some of that stuff up would reduce some of those long days. So that's a really, really good option. And then yesterday I got a call from another shop that is it's roughly 45, 50 minutes that way, and which is a good drive. It's a straight shot from my house, so I wouldn't have to actually go through Charlotte to get there. Wouldn't have to deal with much traffic. And I have an in-person interview set up with them this coming Wednesday. So I've been busy. That's been a lot. But it's great to have those options. Basically, I realistically have three options on the table. The part-time option, again, it may be an option in the future, but not right at the moment. But anyway, so yeah, I figure after I go for the in-person interview Wednesday, I'm going to sit down and compare that to the third guy that I talked to, the one that's that way. the commercial door guy, and just kind of compare the two and see, what this other place is offering as far as money, benefits, hours, stuff like that. So, it's been over a decade since I've really been on a job hunt. So I was really nervous going into this. Now is like, okay, how do I choose? Which one do I choose? And the shortest amount of time I've ever worked a full-time job was 3 years. So I don't really like the thought that some people have told me of, you start here, see if you like it, and if you don't, after a few months, leave and go somewhere else. I don't really like the thought of that. So I want to make a good first shot. Let's look at the chat here. Look at the chat and see what's going on. James. Tim's key pimping service. Yeah, Anthony, that one was a lot of driving. And the third one is still, he flat out told me, he said, you might have a 10-hour day where 7 hours of that day is driving. When I was on patrol, I'm used to days like that. I've not been on patrol in a while, but I'm used to, the idea of, hey, you're going to be doing way more driving than you are, actually out there doing stuff. I understand that. And like I told him, I said, as long as you pay me for the time that I am spending doing stuff for you, I'm fine. And that's the truth. As long as I get paid, I will work. When you stop paying me, I stop working. So that's definitely something there. There's back, you have a mobile. Used to do auto doors and boom gates. Okay. That's cool, Don. Yeah, Jason, number 3 sounds pretty good. With the storefront and automatic doors. Now this fourth option, they do doors as well. They're more of they are a full service locksmith shop, but they started out locksmithing, so they don't focus on doors. Number 3, he focuses on doors and does locksmithing as a part of that. Now, it's not just commercial locksmithing. He does residential locksmithing and some automotive, not a whole lot, but some. Because I straight up told him, I said, I know enough about automotive to pass the test, and that I don't really want to do it. And he said, that's perfectly fine. He said, I can show you some of the things that we do sometimes. He said, but right now I'm not focusing on doing that. So, yeah. See, downside to the door place, probably be doing a lot of Herculite deadbolts and Adams right locks. Yeah. Which, I know the Adams right. I've never played or looked at a Herculite. Alright, Fred, not a problem. Yeah, the good experience points on number 3, that's really good experience, especially with the doors and stuff. Now, they don't do residential doors at all. He told me that, if somebody wants a new door on their house, they have to call somebody else. He won't touch it. But as far as rekeying locks, installing, a new deadbolt install, fixing or replacing residential stuff, he does that every day. which I found that kind of interesting. Um, it just sounds like the thing with number three is that based on the hour long conversation that I had with him, which he's a great, sounds like a great guy, very down to earth, very personable. Um, it sounds like the downside is that I'm going to be running my ass off for him day in and day out. And, I want to make money, but part of that money goes to pay for a house, and I want to be able to see that house every now and again. Not just to walk in and go to sleep and get up early in the morning the next morning to go right back. I mean, I don't mind working hard and I don't mind working long hours. I just don't want to run 16 hours a day and have 8 hours at night to be able to do all my housework, cooking, cleaning, and sleeping. So we'll see. Yeah, Anthony, it's been more productive than I would have ever thought. And thank you, Anthony. Anthony helped me polish up my resume, which I had to type in a hurry when one of them asked me for it last Friday. But Anthony helped me clean that up. So thank you, sir. Again, Don's bust your nuts and get heaps of experience and nick off. I mean, that could be a possibility. Work for 6, 8, 10 months and bust my ass and then make the money I need to make, because that's an issue. Definitely an issue right now. And I'm not discounting that. I'm not discounting going to work for him at all. I just want to see what option number 4 has. Yeah, Butcher's Block, sometimes you have to move around a bit, and I understand that. Yeah, Night Owl, number 3 does have a storefront, but it is, again, mostly doors. They will do some counter locksmith services, from what he was saying. Basically when he's there. But again, he doesn't have any other licensed locksmiths. So the way that the law is written here is you don't have to have a license to copy a key or originate a key. You don't have to have a license to like if you bring in, like for instance, if you here in North Carolina, if you have one deadbolt, and if you have 2 doors, all of them locking, but one does not have a deadbolt, and you decide to go to Ace Hardware and buy a new deadbolt, you take your existing key. Legally, they can rekey that new deadbolt before they sell it to you, to your key. You don't have to have a license for that. So, he can do that. But as far as servicing or rekeying locks that are brought in, that has to be a licensed locksmith. So, storefront experience, but I'm not sure how much that would be, just based on what he told me the time out in the field normally is. So I don't know. I mean, I really don't know, other than just that conversation. Let's see. Yeah, pocket women definitely, to get a rounded experience, work with a bunch of people. Yeah, definitely. Herculite bolts are awful. That's yeah, yeah. Pocket women. I want to be able to see the kitties sometimes. Um, Dons, no, no, Dons. We don't do that. Bears back. Yes, I am jealous of you being retired. That is awesome. So, yeah. So, I will definitely, definitely update you guys after Wednesday when I have that interview Wednesday morning. Again, it's kind of overwhelming, but I've been able to narrow it down pretty quickly, just to get a feel for things. And my biggest disadvantage, and everybody that I've talked to so far has been upfront and honest with me. We've had conversations. They'll say little things, and I'll tell them, the biggest interest in me is that I have my license already. And they have all told me that they've gotten, every week they get somebody asking if they'll hire them, but they don't have a license. And, so they don't want to go through hiring somebody just to find out they can't, pass the background check, for instance. Can't pass the license test, which, if you're wanting to get into locksmithing here in this state and you do your time and research and reading and studying, you'll be able to pass it. But anyway, so having my license already has I think that's what's really put me up there. The fact that obviously I have a clean record. Being a cop for 13 years, you have to have a clean record. And clean driving record too. And so I think that's helped put me up there. But yeah, we'll see. Live stream Tim at work fixing lock. Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day, Dons. James, I thought about that actually. I was just thinking about that earlier today. Good morning, Dana. Hope you're doing all right. Glad you're here this weekend. I saw where you went. What was it? Camping last weekend. Hope that was fun. Hope the mosquitoes and bugs didn't carry you off. But yeah, so great options out there. We'll see again what happens Wednesday. After Wednesday is when I'm gonna, I'm going to really, sit down and decide. And I may actually do a follow-up call. I don't know how common that is at times, but doing follow-up calls to the other offers just to see, to clarify some points or whatever. I think it's really going to come down between 3 and 4. Just to see, again, I don't mind working. I don't mind working long hours. I just don't want to be working 9 days a week, 27 hours a day. I've been in that situation before, and that is not fun. I know I won't be on salary. If one of them says, well, I'll pay you salary, no. Which, they couldn't pay me salary legally. You have to be a supervisor to be on salary anyway. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Brian, I'm not sure if I said good morning, but good morning, Brian. Just looking at the chat. Yeah, pocket women, exactly. That's, that's one of my abilities, I guess, is being able to interview people. Um, and I gleaned a lot of information out of the folks that I've talked to so far. Number 4 will be the only in-person interview. So, again, that's why I'm waiting. And they're an established shop. I mean, they've been around a good while. They've been around at least 15 years. So that would be a good shop. And they're brick and mortar. They have a showroom. Saves residential hardware, commercial hardware, everything like that on display. They've got a big area that they're in, so they're not cramped. Got nice looking vehicles too, that says a lot. If a business owner is willing to spend the money to mark a vehicle and make it look nice and set it up right as well, that's the thing. You can have a pretty car that doesn't have anything in it, but having a pretty car is part of the battle sometimes. Dana, no, I've not made any new mods. It's actually kind of difficult with my computer for some reason to make a mod. Night Owl, Pocket Women, Jason, and Rune are my mods. James, no, I'm not gonna do that. That wouldn't be right. Alrighty, so when was it? The other week, when Night Owl sent me the Better Resetter. We're gonna play with this for a second. So let me get the camera turned around. We're gonna play with it, see how it works. Because I watched the video on it, so I know kind of how to use it a little bit. I played with it some. Sorry, I'm trying to find a cut quick set key. Hang on a second. Yeah, hopefully I will be able to get some money and start restocking the shop here. Don's, I'm not gonna say exactly what I make right now, not on live, but the pay range that you just listed, counting for currency conversion, would be about a 60 to 90% raise for me from what I'm making right now. So yeah. Now I know I've got your stuff, because I've got some stuff for you and I've got some stuff for Jeff that I've got to get boxed up and sent off. And some of the stuff that I've got for you is security. And if I can ever talk my mom and dad into letting me switch out the cylinders on their front door, I will send you some more security stuff. Um, I'm just waiting for them to tell me that, to call me up and say, hey, can you come look at our door lock? It's not working right. Oh, yeah, because it's security. So, yes, I do have some security stuff for you. I will try to get that boxed up. Won't be this week, but maybe next weekend when I get it sent out. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, I've got at least a couple. All right, so let's shift down here to the bench, and we're going to look at the better resetter. Now, the better resetter, a couple weeks ago on Saturday, we looked at the quick set. Let me get some light going on here, y'all. We're in the dark ages. There we go. We in the dark arts LockPicking, aren't we? All right, so here's an older quick set smart key. It's got that darker finish, but this is one I've had forever. Still not ever been able to pick it. The better resetter, like we talked about the other week, you can completely disassemble and then reassemble one of these smart keys cylinders. And I do actually happen to have the key somewhere. Yeah, this one. Is it this one? Yeah. This key that goes to this cylinder. But in case if you don't have it, you have to be able to reset it. We've got some newer keys here, I think. Well, nope. These LSD won't go in there. Let's use the one we used last time. Quick set. I know, look at that bitting. Y'all, isn't that just so awesome on the bitting? Okay, actual quick set brand, that'll go in. So if you don't have this one that works, and you have to have access to the core, obviously, pull it out to reset it. And let me look at the let me look at the chat just a second. All right, Jason, we'll see you here in just a little bit. Yeah, Don's it's pretty crap. Yeah, Pocket Women. The when I bought my house, I definitely lucked out on the price. It was really, really good. Got a great deal on it. But even that can be a struggle when you're making Chinese peanuts for pay. Hey, Storylock, good morning. No worries about being late. Miko, Night Owl actually sent me this one. This is the better resetter. This end is for the quick set, and it has the little probe here that goes to hit the reset shuttle in the cylinder. And then this end is for the secure key. Now, I don't have any of the reset keys for the secure key, or the blue key, as they're called. I don't have any of those. But this end is to reset the quick set. And that's what we're getting ready to look at it. I'm not sure where Night Owl got it, but he sent it to me. I did it in the package opening the other week. There's the betterresetter.com, so I guess you could probably get it there. And it just kind of tells you what's on here. that they strongly recommend viewing the video of the reset procedure. Yes, I would recommend doing that. It is only about 5 minutes long. And it does say lubricate, so let's go ahead and lube it up. Let's see. Take the last cut down one, and you have bump key. Yeah, just about. Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'd have to cut your first one down to a bump key. But yeah, it's almost a bump key there. Evil Arch, good morning, sir. All right, Night Owl, I appreciate that. Yeah, the James Night Owl can explain it better than I can. But the blue keys are kind of the reset keys for the Schlage secure keys, and basically there's I believe, Night Owl will correct me if I'm incorrect on this, but just spraying some Houdini down in here, trying not to get it completely everywhere else. Alright, there we go. But basically there's an extra groove in the milling that allows it to basically push the reset shuttle for that lock. But you would cut it down to the bitting. You have to have two. One for the current bitting, and then one for the bitting that you're going to reset to. So you actually have to have two of them. And the first one you'd put in and then turn is like just an eighth of a turn, I believe. And then remove it, and then you put in the new one, cut on the blue key, turn it back or turn it a full circle or something like that, and then pull it out, and then use your new key or something. It's kind of complicated. But yes, Night Owl will do a better job of explaining that, I'm sure. Kurt, oh, good morning. All right, so we're just going to get this, since I lubed it up. I don't think this thing has had a drink of lube since I got it years ago. There we go. There's some more light. There's some more light. All right, so if you guys can see that, there we go. The dark finish on this thing doesn't work. So let's say that we don't have this key. This is the working key right now. Let's say we don't have that. We managed to get this out of the door. The instructions say clamp it in the vise, but clamp it lightly. And then you're going to clamp it upside down, at least for us here in America. It's going to be upside down, so the pins or wafers are going to be over here. That way you can access these things, the little side wafers. I'm going to try to get a better angle. There we go. That's a perfect angle. All right. So this is the key that we want to put it to. You can see we stick it all the way in. It does not turn. So what you do is use the comb on the better resetter, and you push down all those wafers, and then take just the tip and get it to where I can see here. Just kind of push them all down in there, and then get it to where it turns like that. So you turn it 90 degrees. So this would be the equivalent of being in the picked position. I can't pick these to save my life, so that's why we're using this. And then on the quick set end, the spacing, obviously, spacing in depth on the combs is just right to be able to depress all of the wafers. Here's the pokey part of it. You're going to go in and reset the shuttle. There we go. Good firm click that you can hear. And it's in there. And then we take the key that we want to work, and we stick that in, and then turn it back. We can turn it all the way around, remove it, insert, turn, like that. We're good to go. This is the old key. Put that in there, and it no longer works. So much simpler than doing what I did a couple weeks ago, where you take the whole daggone thing apart and try to take it all apart, reassemble it around your new key. Nah, that's a pain. So, anyway, yeah, that's the better resetter, and I like it. That is definitely going straight into my toolkit. Clean the lube off of this, and I still have perfectly working smart key cylinder. Awesome. It's pretty cool. So Night Owl, thank you again so much for that. I really appreciate it. This tool is awesome. I'm sure it will come in handy. Definitely sure it will come in handy. So I'm going to put that over there. Let's look at the time for one thing. Not too bad. Okay. Huh. That's interesting, James. Yeah, Night Owl, if I can ever get my parents talked into switching out their locks on their doors, their storm door actually has a security key profile cylinder. So I don't know if you have any of those, but if I'm able to talk them out of their lock, then I will definitely get that one to you. Let's see. Need to get. Hey, Alpha Centauri. Good morning. Old key seems a little sloppy. I'm trying it out. It's probably just from the way I'm doing it on camera. This is the old key. Yeah, it's a little sloppy. But you can see that the slop is because of where the ends of the wafers stick up into the housing. They've got some wiggle room, so your key's going to have some wiggle room there. But then you put in the correct key, and it pulls all of those down into the correct position, so you can turn it like that. Does that answer your question? Huh. I didn't realize that y'all had quick set down under That's interesting. All right, yeah, Night Owl. If like I said, if I ever talk my mom and dad out of their locks on their front door, um, I will. I will get you one. Um, all right, we're gonna pick this real quick. I don't know if I'm gonna gut it or not. We'll see what the time does and how long it takes to pick this. Bears back. I promise you, I will do a standalone video picking this lock. I want to, because I've never. Let's see. I've had two pack locks. In my two other pack locks that I have just in my collection, that are pickable. I do have the one unpickable pack lock. That Night Owl sent me. the unpickable pack lock. So I do want to do a standalone video on this, but I'm gonna clamp it up and we're gonna see what it takes. I've picked it once before off camera. Y'all, this is what Bearsback sent me. His logo engraved lock from Pack Lock. That is awesome. This is just an awesome lock. And we're going to pick it maybe real quick. I've said that before, haven't I? All right, y'all start taking bets amongst yourselves and all that good stuff that you do. I'm actually going to use the magic pick. I'm going to use the blue handled pick. So can y'all see? There we go. That's a great view. That's a great view of picking. All right. Which, by the way, speaking of just picking, James Doubt, he posted on Twitter the other day, and I hadn't noticed it personally, but yeah, Bosnian Bill's been like MIA for 3 weeks now. Haven't seen any posts or anything from him. Okay. Going back to one here. And I have to let up tension on this just to get past some of the security top pins. Really reaching up. There we go. So I'm going to switch to this guy. This is one of the ones that Ronald sent me. One of the deep southward picks. Because this does have an American style keyway, an AM3 keyway. Okay, that was pin 1. Should just be hung up on a spool now, maybe. Sad story, but glad to hear from Bosnian Bill. It's off due to family commitment. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, he's not taking a break in years, so he deserves it. Shoot. Alright, that was a reset. Ready? Y'all are gonna have to have like the golf commentary going on or something. That would be cool. Do a live picking. Have a couple of y'all conferenced in, doing like a golf style commentary on it. Alright. Second reset. I don't believe so. I don't believe that a bypass driver would work on these. So I'm pretty sure Packlock puts in shielding at the factory. When I do the full video, I will take it apart because I'm not going to have enough time to take it apart today. Might not even have enough time to pick it today. I hear that I have fine motor control in my hands to look forward to going away at some point after being a locksmith for years. I was really close that one time.
should be close now. I know I've said that before. This thing didn't give me this much grief the last time. Shit. I slipped off that pin, and yeah, it didn't go. Anyway. Whooped for now. For now. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you, and when I pick you, I'm going to gut you. Yeah. Ain't happening today. Sorry, guys. Bears back, that's a heck of a lock. Pack lock, that's a heck of a lock. So, yeah. Yep. Alright, guys. I've been going on for an hour now. Hour and 1 minute. Let's see. Let me look here. Yeah, Rune, you're just in time. Just in time to yeah. I'm not going to recap everything. Rune, it's good to see you here, sir. But yeah, just in time to throw my hands up at this lock. Anyway, no, I have gotten it picked before, Anthony. I picked it. It's either once or twice, like last weekend when I was out here after live or something, and I picked it. And I got it open a couple times, and I said, okay, it puts up a fight, but I'll be able to get it. I thought wrong, so maybe it's just camera shy. I don't know. That my hand was cramping up. I know. Excuses. Alrighty, folks. Sure you did. I did. I promise. Yeah. So I am actually maybe here in the next little bit before Jason gets cranked up. I'm actually going to make a video picking this lock, and then I'm also going to do another vlog entry for my little vlog series. That way, if Night Owl, I don't think that it's wear damage, because this is a brand new lock that Bearsback just sent me the other week. I mean, it's got a little bit in there. It's got a little bit from where I've been picking. But then again, there's a lot of nastiness in there too, as far as pins. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do another vlog video in case if you missed all the announcements at the start of this live. And I'm maybe one or two entries on that actually, because I've got another idea I've been thinking of, and then I'll do a video on this guy right here. Yeah. Anyway, busy with important phone call. Yeah, Rune. Basically, Rune. I know you may go back and replay the start of this live. Basically, sending out to other locksmiths went very well. I've had 3 phone interviews, and I've got 1 in-person interview this Wednesday. And after that one,
It'll probably be down between numbers 3 and 4 for reasons discussed earlier in this live. But on the whole, yes, very good. And I will have a locksmithing job. It just is kind of up in the air as to where right now. So, anyway, it's looking good. Let's see. Yeah, James, I've done that. Now, Bear's back. Where would changing the cord be fun? No. I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna get it just the way it is. You sent me a challenge, sir, and I'm gonna take it. So, and I mean, thank you again for this lock. This is an awesome lock. Maybe one day I'll get something made up like it with my logo on there. But yeah, this is awesome. This will always be in my special collection. So again, thank you, sir, and I will have a special video for that. Never heard anything from Legal Lockpicker. Yeah, I haven't seen him either, Fred. Alrighty, folks. So we will. Yes, James. That is true. That is something that that I do want to make sure of. Yes, thank you. I hadn't brought that up earlier, but yes, a non-compete clause definitely is something to check out. Just for the simple fact that I wouldn't want to be restricted in case of, I like where my current office is right now, and some of the property and stuff that the chief has, that he's had me do a little bit of stuff for in the past. I think it's far enough away I don't have to worry about that. And especially like, mom and dad's house or some of those places up there. It would be if one of my neighbors were to need something. That would be something to look at. But yes, thank you for reminding me of that. I will keep that front and center this week as well. Rune, yeah, that's why I don't even go on eBay anymore. I will every now and again, and then eBay harasses me, and it's like, do you want to spend money? Do you want to spend money? Do you want to spend money? I'm like, no, I don't have any money to spend. Thank you. Go away. Yeah, so I know. Yes, Pocket Women has it right. Temptation is everywhere. All right, guys, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Wow, 24 viewers, 20 likes. That's awesome. I appreciate that, folks. So thank you for tuning in. Even if you didn't say hi or anything, which if you're tuning in and you haven't joined in the chat, always feel free just to say hello and that you're listening and that you're enjoying it or whatever. Just let us know. Say hi. 27 concurrent viewers. Wow. And I'm just like getting ready to sign off. So anyway, y'all, gonna sign off. I will definitely keep y'all updated on what happens with the job hunt this coming week, because my last day of my assignment, my police assignment, is the 8th. I will still have employment after then, and I would still have full-time employment after then. So it's really a matter of finding what is the best fit with the best money as far as locksmithing. I really, really feel comfortable about that. So anyway, y'all, I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate all the support and help and encouragement that you guys have been giving me for years now.
I really, really do appreciate that. That means a lot. And when I finally get the job and I start as it, y'all are a part of that just as much as I am. And I really, really appreciate that. So thank you again. Let's see. Alrighty. All right. Yep. So, y'all, let's go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Y'all have a great weekend. If it's not too hot, enjoy the outside. If it is too hot and you still want to enjoy the outside, do it. Do what you can to enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your time. If you're having to work this weekend, my sympathies. I know what that's like. Hopefully it won't be too bad for you at work. So y'all stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay out of trouble. We'll see y'all next time. See if I can nail the landing.